Hi everyone, welcome back to Christopher's Models and Dioramas. Well, it looks like a big clumpy plaster, well, looks like I took advantage of a rock quarry as the end results of what I told you we were going to do in the previous video. I show you how to make rocks, or boulders and rocks out of plaster without using molds. What I did for this flat rock, kind you would see pretty much everywhere. Sometimes not all boulders are big clumpy things and lumpy like this, or even like this, or even the small ones like this. Now, I saved money by a trick I picked up some time ago. What I did, and I'll show you, is that I mixed my plaster up pretty much like the consistency of oatmeal. Now, in order to help it give more texture, I took the chunks from the last plaster build that was in here and I added them to it. Then I took those chunks, and it has a real kind of oatmeal-like chunk texture to it. I took that wet, almost gooey, oatmeal-ish, cold oatmeal type of plaster with the chunks into it. I put it in a container like this, put a nice lid in it, and I shook it up. That's all there was to it. No problem. As for this flat rock like this, I was able to get it to look like that with the same type of plaster that was a little bit gooey, not, about like the consistency of cold oatmeal. I took and I made me a cheap, inexpensive mold using aluminum foil or tin foil, depending where you're from. You just basically want to crumple it up in a ball, and then you want to unroll it a little bit, form you some sides around it, then pour your plaster into it. Let it set for like 10 minutes to 12 minutes, because it's craft plaster and plaster of Paris, and using it in small amounts, it sets really quick. And there you have it. About 10 minutes later, take it out, and it's great, and it's ready to go. The next trick I'm going to show you next week is a short video on how to weather these, how to clean them up using a wire brush. Let's see. Using one of these. It's a copper or a steel brush, a small one, and a real stiff brush, bristled toothbrush. When you combine them just right, you can get some great looking results without compromising your build. And you can even shape these a little bit if you wanted to. If you want to build something with like a lava texture to it, like lava bombs. You've seen them in these videos of the volcanoes erupting. If you take a look at this one right here, really close, with a little bit of imagination and the right paints, you can actually come up with some lava. Matter of fact, I have an example. Hang on. This is an example of what I did. This is from an old build, just experimenting, and some of the flat chips I used as well to give it a lava-like texture, even with the right amount of paint. And these are great for when you want to add like lava things to Dungeons and Dragons builds, so on and so forth. But with that in mind, the next video, like I said, I'm going to show you how to weather them and then paint them. I'm going to use different paints, of course water-based acrylic paints. I don't use oil-based because they're a pain to clean up, and well, they cost more. And if you can save $1 on a build and still have fun, well then all the more power to you. Until next time, I'll talk to you later, and I hope you have a great week. And remember, if you're not getting a little bit messy while you're doing it, you're not really having much fun.